Let's watch the food of the world, and then we're done. Then I'm done. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Let's watch food of the world. To clean this channel out, I will react to every fucking single video if it's not some dumb shit.
Not to brag, but I've been eating food my whole life, and I thought I'd make a video going over all the types of food in the world I can think of with a brief description. If your country isn't mentioned, don't feel bad. You just should have invented sushi or pizza.
Yeah.
French.
How not to travel videos.
Interestingly, while highly acclaimed for their restaurants, it's a well-known fact that French people themselves don't actually eat anything, surviving solely on tiny cups of espresso and the feeling of superiority. You can identify if you're eating French food when you literally can't enjoy the meal because your brain is all...
As you know, I'm a little bit interested in food and the food scene and stuff. I'm not a cook or anything, but I'm interested in the stuff. And the way they describe French food is very, very good. But French food is order. You can't really mix it up a lot. If the boss says 200 grams of meat, you don't do 210, you don't do 190. The French cuisine is very strict. It's not very open-minded and artful. It is very inside certain roads, you
always
could
doing
say.
the calculus
Anyone
of whether
cares?
it was
Not
worth
really,
the
right?
money. Japanese. I love Japanese, and admittedly, I think sushi in particular is the perfect date food. Light, delicious, and I can demonstrate my high-quality hunter-gatherer genes through adroit chopstick handling and being able to swallow whole nigiri with zero gag reflex. Another
Sushi is really good for the first date. Because, look, I once had a date where I did a major mistake. When I was still a bit uneducated about dating and my own body, I would have 2 dates, especially one date. I once had a Tinder date 5-6 years ago with a girl, and it became very apparent this girl only wants to have little banga banga. There's no relationship gonna be. She literally says, listen, bro, I'm leaving soon. There's only one reason I'm having a date with you. I wanted the banga banga. I told the story many times. And she was kind of a normie girl from the village. She wasn't like some city girl. So I drive to the village called Bad. Shit, I forgot the name. Bad. It was like a village, 1 hour away. So I drive there, and we go to a Greek restaurant, really normie style, very normie. We're sitting there eating Greek, and I'm doing little jokes, and she's not even laughing at the jokes. She's just really this village girl. Just fuck me, and I'm good. And we're eating, and we're done eating, and we take a walk through the city. I told the story so many times, man. And she will start taking my arm and stuff. You could see it's going down. It's going down, man. I remember I was at the time I was looking for a relationship. So I was like, oh man, only banga banga, that's sad. So I will never forget. So we go into my car and I drive to her home. It's like midnight. And I will never forget. And this is such an important thing for all you young guys to learn. And I swear to God, true story. Nothing is a lie what I say here. So we're sitting in the car, right? And she's really sexual. She's like, bro, let's just get up there and do something, right? And I was eating Greek food. I was eating heavy food. And I'm sitting there, fucking midnight, and I'm like, and I'm like, whoa. I'm about to take the biggest shit of my life. Literally. And I swear to God, I never forget this. I look over to her, and you know the brake? The handbrake? You know what the handbrake is? She will take the handbrake and jerk it off. She'll be like, can we go up now? And she will jerk off the handbrake. And I'm sitting there... Okay, and I was making a plan, and I had to make a plan. So, there's 2 options. You go with her, but you say you have to go on the toilet. Which then means that this horny woman is gonna hear you shit your brains out. You're literally gonna drop a Hiroshima bomb, it's gonna smell like death, it's gonna be long, it's gonna be messy. Or you just leave. And I was sitting in that fucking car, and I'm like, I think I have to go. And she's like, what? And I think she got a bit mad, and she just left. And I'm starting to drive because I couldn't shit in her apartment, right? It will destroy her. There's another story where I did that once. Another cool story. Just real quick story. There was another girl, man, I was like 20 or something. And I was in a room with her. Her parents weren't home. And let me show you this. And it was getting, sexual. But I had a poop attack. I had to poop hard. Now, the problem is, and watch this. This is a door frame, okay? This is a door frame. And right next to her living room, where the sexy time would have happened, was the toilet. And old German, East German toilet doors are like this. They are not fully taking care of the door frame. Meaning, this stuff right here that I'm showing you is air. It's open. You can literally see the other person's feet. And the girl was literally right next here on the couch. So I knew if I sit on this toilet and poop hard, the sound is gonna go into her ear. So I was leaving there too. And yeah, end of story. I was driving to the, I remember I was about to shit in the forest. Since then, I have every time you see me driving, I always have toilet paper in my car. I can shit everywhere. And I was driving to the next petroleum station. I took a huge shit there, man. I didn't get late because I ate Greek food. So once again, what do you learn from this? On the first date, especially if you know you have stomach problems, go for easy food like sushi. The rice is clogging your asshole and shit. You don't shit, man. You gotta eat chill food on the first date. If you eat Alfredo sauce 500-gram kebab, man, you shit your fucking soul out, bro. Prepare for this stuff. My body has often cock-blocked me, very often.
Excellent Japanese food.
Dude, you can't drop a Hiroshima bomb and then, hey girl, what the fuck? That's like weird, man.
Is ramen, which is the ultimate min-max dish. It's either 2
no
days
ramen
of
on
cooking
first date,
chicken, pork, and fish in perfect balance and temperature.
Sushi's good,
3 days
salad,
making a cured egg, a lifetime
food,
of mastering
like
the
that.
oils and toppings ratio, and then pairing it with the ideal noodle texture.
I mean, ramen is
or it's
amazing.
opening the package and eating the spicy brick. Mexican.
Basically, you're saying that even if your mind is beta, your body will always be alpha? I don't understand that. What? Are you sure that you don't have some problem with your intestines? Yeah, I have some intolerances and stuff like that. Do you take toilet paper with you when you run? No? What the fuck? But I always have one toilet paper in the back of my car. Always. It makes me feel so safe, man.
Mexican food, as it's known by us big mentally challenged folk, is when you fry anything.
I never really ate Mexican food, like really made by Mexican. Never.
And serve it with chipotle mayo on a flour tortilla.
Looks
I
really
also
good,
know
though.
the word salsa, which is the Mexican word for homemade ketchup. Italian. There are currently
Best food. Italian food is the best food in the world. For me personally, it's the best food in the world.
3 known Italian foods: pasta, pizza, and gelato. We hope that one day science may discover more. Spanish. Spanish food is
Spanish is tapas and meat, I will say, right?
basically the circus version of other food. Chorizo is a spicy hot dog. Churro is a deconstructed chocolate donut. Sangria is party wine. Paella is fried.
Dude, paella is so... Look at that. Oh, that's so beautiful. That right here is some beautiful fucking food, man. Oh my god.
Rice jumbo shrimp edition, and gazpacho is what the try-hard kid in your home ec class comes up with.
To me, Spanish food is tapas.
When you ask for Mexican ketchup. Greek. When I think of
Greek is yogurt and gyros.
Greek food, I think of small amounts of tasty things being baked in thin pastry and then cut into geometric shapes.
What?
Spanakopita, bugatsa.
That's Turkish. Oh, offensive. Dude, every single Turkish guy in Germany gives you this. If I go to any kebab right now next to me, they all have this.
A bunch of things I can't pronounce. And
Is
baklava, which are tasty honey nut diamonds.
But they also have this.
And you might be thinking,
Pita, I don't know.
excuse me, baklava is actually Turkish.
Oh, modern baklava may have been invented in Turkey during the Roman Empire, then modified in Greece. Oh.
But that doesn't fit the thin pastry narrative, so here we are. American.
This is very lazy. Greeks have more to offer. American food is obviously fast food, shit food. The only food culture America has is the food culture that immigrants bring, right?
American food is often known in the United States as food, and is characterized by extremely large portion sizes.
Yeah,
both
way too much. You Americans always do way too much, man. You don't need to eat that much.
Served and in the guy barbecuing it. All American food is designed to be eaten with 2 hands, but real patriots do it with 1.
Talking about so many poop attacks, I might have one right now.
Dog, hamburger, rack of ribs, crawfish broil, BLT, turkey leg, lobster po' boy, chicken wings, Philly cheesesteak, Chicago deep dish. If a nice black lady calls you sweetie and you're suddenly wearing Crocs and a bowling shirt, it's definitely American food. Canadian. You've heard of
what the fuck's Canadian food? Well, pancakes with maple syrup.
Potatoes and gravy.
That my mom makes that. That is like one of my mom's #1 dishes, man.
You've heard of cheesy potatoes, but here comes the remix. And that's what we've contributed in the last 150 years.
I've never eaten it. It looks like you're gonna need the fucking jog for 5 hours after this.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. British.
I don't know what that is. British. They don't have anything, man. They have a bunch of shitty fish, man. British. Take a look.
British cuisine is modeled after the food your 8-year-old nephew comes up with when he asks if he can cook you dinner.
There you go.
Black pudding, beans on toast, toast sandwich, toad in the hole, mushy peas, jellied eels, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but he ran out of bread and used clotted cream instead of peanut butter. Luckily for my nephew, is a member of the Commonwealth. You know I'd do anything for the Queen. German.
German food is... I hate German food, by the way. German food is just meat and potatoes and some veggies and shit. That's German food.
One of my favorite German foods is a good old lager beer, which they serve in great excess at Oktoberfest, a famous festival that Germany holds every, you guessed it, September. Other classic German foods
Oktoberfest is a party you have in September.
While taking delicious classics and making them a weird shape.
Schnitzel is Austrian, though, I think. I'm not an expert, but I think Schnitzel is kind of more an Austrian thing. I mean, to me, Austria is Germany. It's just mountain Germans that want to feel special. Might be Austrian, my bad, Arnold. Yeah.
Take, for example, wide chicken, beef Rollington.
That is what they all make. Lisa's dad is making this Friday. This Friday we go to Lisa's dad. He makes rouladen.
You may not like to get such requests to watch videos, but can you watch this?
I mean, you paid $3.
Corgi derp.
I will watch it afterwards. Thank you for the free, man. I'm selling out. This is the most German thing. My whole family does it. I hate it. You have a long slice of meat, like this, and then you put shit in it, and then you roll it up. Roll. Roulade. I hate that stuff. Hate it.
And of course, twisty bagel. Chinese. Yeah.
Chinese food is, to me, it's low quality and spicy. That's what Chinese food is to me.
Food actually has no proper name in English and can only be communicated through the number next to it on the menu. Thankfully, Chinese food has thrived in Western countries, despite everyone thinking it was bad to eat MSG and raw pangolin for literally no reason. Indian
food is curry.
Indian cuisine is rich in heritage and incredibly diverse.
Chicken
Most
masala,
Indian restaurants have such expansive menus, it can take minutes to find and order the butter chicken. Another Indian staple is naan, or what Westerners call...
The best bread of all times, in my opinion, is Indian Batura bread. If you ever go to a restaurant, get Batura bread. Indian Batura bread. That shit is... Oh, even naan bread. I think it's the same kind. I don't know. But that shit is so good.
Puffy tortilla.
So good.
To be honest, I don't actually know the difference. Middle Eastern
food is cinnamon, couscous kind of stuff. Everything is minced. They mince their meat a lot.
When I think of Middle Eastern food, I think of shawarma, which I do often because there are literally no kebab places in my whole city. For those unfamiliar, kebab is the international...
I just want to make a point.
Often because there are literally no kebab...
If this was a German city, you would have 500 kebab stores in this picture. Every German knows it's the truth.
Kebab places in my whole city. For those unfamiliar, kebab is the international cuisine of it's 3 a.m. and the clubs are closed. Well, I'm not sure how authentic it is when the guy puts French fries in it. You know I'm not complaining. There's also other great Middle Eastern bangers like tzatziki and hummus.
Tzatziki is Greek.
They're also best eaten drunk and alone with a spoon. Now you might be saying, excuse me, tzatziki is actually...
The word tzatziki appeared in English around the mid blah blah blah, which in turn comes from the Turkish word kajik, of obscure unknown origin. Maybe related to an Armenian word, blah, blah, blah. It itself is Turkish or Kurdish.
Greek. Well, okay, buddy. If you think you can claim this one too, then your ego's more inflated than Turkey's currency, so quit bickering or else no...
Bro! Turkish people in the chat time to shut the fuck up. Scandinavian? As I'm watching cooking shows my whole life, I think Scandinavian food is very overrated, boring, dry, and not that good. It's mostly fish, herring, a lot of bread. I don't like Scandinavian food so much.
Frankly, the only Scandinavian restaurant I've ever heard of is IKEA. And while the Swedish meatballs are pretty good, I'm also not so sure about the authenticity. Because, like, if you look at the recipe, it says beef, pork, breadcrumbs, a couple egg yolks. And you're like, that sounds like a regular meatball. So after that, I was like, okay, so what is Scandinavian food? So I looked it up, and I got steak and mushrooms, pancakes. And that was pretty sus. So I decided to really go in. And then I found stuff like ragmunk and tombarora, which, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'd eat a hot dog in any form, but if you guys want to go international, you might want to consider some rebranding. Like, just imagining, like at the United Nations meeting, it's lunchtime, and the Italian guy takes out a slice of pizza, the German guy takes out a beer and a pretzel.
Pussy! Hey, Tommy, will you watch this? Love your streams.
Oh god, thank you for the donation. I will watch all the donation videos. The 12 minutes? Come on, bro. Jesus, selling out is not so fun.
Swedish guy.
Thank you, man.
Takes out his lunch bag and thinks to himself, they're going to be so jealous. Eastern European.
Eastern European is cevapcici.
When I think of Eastern European cuisine, I think of 3 words: babushka, potatoes, and poverty. And as someone with Irish ancestry, that definitely comes off as a hard flex. Thankfully, instead of grandmas and potatoes, at least I get capitalism and cultural appropriation. Exactly how I like it. Australian.
Guinness is the most overrated beer of all times. Australian food is once again, I watch a lot of cooking shows. Australian food is big meat, lots of meat,
Cuisine is
steaks
the most white
and
bread
roast
food in the
beef
world.
and shit.
Breakfast,
Thank you, Alex.
Vegemite on
you,
white
too.
bread. Lunch,
Mongolian
sausage
food
on
as
white
well.
bread. Dinner, meat pie. Dessert, hundreds and thousands on white bread. They do admittedly have absolutely fantastic fish and chips because they can walk 100 meters to the beach, scoop Dory up from the barrier reef, and flash fire right in front of her family that's already forgotten about her. I also give a shout out to Pavlova, which might possibly be from New Zealand, but my mum makes it and she likes it when I put her in the videos. Vietnamese
food is... I've eaten Vietnamese food my whole life. If I'm being honest, if I would have a statistic, what cuisines have I eaten most? Vietnamese would be ranked too. I've eaten so much Vietnamese because I was living next to them. Well, it's rice, fried rice, and chicken.
Food can be identified by the restaurant being named after some type of pun involving the word faux. Faux sure, faux ever, faux true, faux you, etc.
Faux you.
But in reality, the word is actually pronounced pho, as in farted. Guys, I waited 4 years for that one. Sorry. Latin American.
Latin American also shit ton of meat. I like everything. To me it's just meat. Latin American is meat.
Latin American food is great because so much of it is fried. Empanada, fried hot pocket. Plantains, no you fool, it's not a banana, it's a potato in disguise, and you fry this bad boy twice. Regular banana, also fried.
Oh, fried bananas. Oh, there's
Well-known Korean food.
Korean food is Lisa is a huge fan of Korean food. Lisa is a huge fan of kimchi. She does it all the time. You take a white salad, what's that called? White salad, and she cuts it, and then you make it as spicy as humanly possible, and then you put it away for 2 months. Cabbage. And then she makes her own kimchi, and if you eat it, you will instantly die.
Foods are kimchi and Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is usually a buffet-style restaurant where you get to cook everything yourself on
There's a thing in Korea called bibimbap. I love that shit. Bibimbap is a mix of just cool
little
shit.
tabletop
It's really cool.
barbecue, while kimchi is the name I call the chairman of North Korea when I pinch his fat little cheeks. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, oh no, there's 30 seconds of the video left and he hasn't said my country. But unfortunately, this isn't the local
Your
weather
Korean
report
pixel?
birthday shout out, so I can't get everyone.
Bibimbap
If it
is
makes you
some
feel
sick
any
shit,
better,
man.
you can scroll down and read all the comments that are like, that video was funny and accurate. Except for that one part you said about my country was completely wrong and now I'm angry. And to them I say, quit bickering or no one gets tzatziki.
Okay.